Dear friends, Saudi King Mohammed bin Salman has been caught red-handed. What was he doing in secret chambers in Jannat al-Baqi? This video has shocked the entire world. The sensational news has left everyone stunned. Dear viewers of Islamic streams, peace be upon you. Dear friends, a shocking secret about the Saudi prince has come to light, leaving people astounded. The gravekeeper of Jannat al-Baqi has revealed all the secrets. Mohammed bin Salman is trying to get this video deleted, so watch it as soon as possible and share it as much as you can. It might be deleted as well. But before we officially begin the video, we request that if you're new to our channel, Islamic Streams, please subscribe. Click the bell icon so you can stay updated on all our future videos. Friends, the gravekeeper of Jannat al-Baqi has revealed all the secrets. He says that for the past few months, the Saudi prince has been making frequent visits to Jannat al-Baqi. This gravekeeper was recently assigned to Jannat al-Baqi just a few months ago. He says that since I took over my duty, I've seen Mohammed bin Salman coming to Jannat al-Baqi several times a month. What's more surprising is that the gravekeeper says he often saw Mohammed bin Salman arriving at Jannat al-Baqi in the middle of the night. When he asked the security guard at the main gate why the prince only visits at night, the guard said, "Don't pay too much attention to it." The gravekeeper noted that the guard seemed quite nervous. When the gravekeeper insisted on knowing why the prince came at night, the guard replied that during the day, the crowds increase, so he comes in the solitude of the night. The gravekeeper was very curious. He asked another question. Whose relative is buried here that he visits 4 times a month? The guard said, "I told you already, these are matters of the high-ups. Don't concern yourself too much with it." But then, dear friends, something astonishing happened that left the gravekeeper in shock. He said it was late at night, and he was thinking about returning to his room after checking the cemetery, planning to rest for a while. He then saw the Saudi prince's car parked outside the cemetery. Curious to find out why the prince came at such a late hour, the gravekeeper wanted to see which grave the prince visited, especially since the guards didn't allow anyone to enter the cemetery at that time. So the gravekeeper hid behind a tree. After a short while, the prince entered the cemetery alone, and his guards stayed outside on watch. It was unusual because the prince never goes anywhere alone. He always has 2 guards with him. As soon as the prince entered the cemetery, he scanned the entire area and then carefully walked toward a grave in one corner. He sat by the grave and started digging. The gravekeeper was shocked, wondering whose grave the prince was digging up. Even if it was a relative's grave, why was he digging it up? This was clearly a wrong act, but what the gravekeeper saw next shook him to his core. After digging the grave, the prince went inside the pit. This left the gravekeeper utterly astonished. What could the prince be doing inside a grave? The gravekeeper was watching the scene in disbelief. Suddenly, he felt as if someone was standing behind him. The gravekeeper's heart skipped a beat, fearing it was a guard who had seen him and that he would face the prince's wrath. This was especially concerning because a similar incident had happened with another gravekeeper who was caught sneaking around at night and was beheaded as punishment. After that, no gravekeeper dared to stay in the cemetery late at night, but today, this gravekeeper had made that mistake. He thought his time had come. Just then, the sound of a cat meowing came from behind him, and he breathed a sigh of relief, realizing it was just a cat. The gravekeeper kept wondering what the prince was doing inside the grave. Dear friends, the truth behind this mystery will astonish you too. After half an hour, the prince came out of the grave, dusted off his clothes, and started covering the grave again. He left after finishing this. The gravekeeper was perplexed. How had the prince managed to stay inside the grave without oxygen for half an hour and come out completely fine? The gravekeeper became obsessed with that grave and started lingering around it more often, losing sleep over the mystery of what could be inside. The next time the prince came, he had a black bag with him. This time the prince took the bag into the grave. But just then, a guard caught the gravekeeper watching and approached him, saying, "Aren't you ashamed of spying like this? If I tell Mohammed bin Salman, you know what your fate will be." The gravekeeper began begging for mercy, promising never to do it again. The guard kicked him out of the cemetery and gave him a final warning not to be seen around the cemetery at night again. The gravekeeper swore never to repeat his mistake. But friends, the truth cannot stay hidden. The gravekeeper went to the police station and told everything to an officer. The officer dismissed him, calling him mad and accusing him of making false claims against the prince. The gravekeeper kept pleading, asking them to dig up the grave to see what was really inside. He said if nothing was found, they could behead him. He was ready to face any punishment. A journalist present at the police station overheard the gravekeeper's story and suggested that they should investigate, but the police refused. The journalist reminded them that Islam is a religion where everyone is treated equally, be they rich, poor, king, or slave. He even mentioned the famous story of the Prophet, peace be upon him, ordering the punishment of a noblewoman caught stealing to emphasize the importance of justice. But no one listened to the journalist, so he took the story to social media. That's when the secret came out. A hidden underground chamber had been built inside the grave. Small gold blocks, extracted from a mountain in Saudi Arabia, were being secretly stored there, hidden under the guise of the grave. Oxygen tanks had also been placed inside. When the news spread on social media, it caused a massive uproar. But before people could ask more questions, the video was taken down. Friends, the question remains: which mountain in Saudi Arabia is the source of this gold? Some time ago, a video went viral on social media where a person confirmed the existence of gold-filled mountains. It is believed that the prince was transferring the gold to the hidden chamber in the grave because, under Saudi law, no ruler has the right to claim this gold. Despite the gravity of this crime, both the gravekeeper and the journalist were discredited. Friends, this was the news that was getting deleted from social media. How much truth there is to this story remains uncertain. However, many people have confirmed the existence of gold mountains in Saudi Arabia. As for the prince hiding gold in a grave, there's no official confirmation as of yet. Dear friends, what are your thoughts on this? Do share your opinions in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends. Before you go, make sure you've subscribed to our channel, Islamic Streams, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our upcoming videos. Take care, and we'll meet again in the next video. Until then, may Allah be with you.